In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on February 26, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Portland Trail Blazers versus Washington Wizards. Portland is heading to DC to face off against Washington at Capital One Arena. This matchup marks the first time these two teams will meet this season. Last year, Portland managed to secure a narrow victory on the road but fell short when playing at home. The Trail Blazers are still dealing with key absences, as Deander Ayton and Robert Williams remain sidelined. On the other side, the Wizards will be without Malcolm Brogdon, and Alex Sarr is listed as questionable. Despite being shorthanded, Portland has been playing surprisingly well over the past month, and it wouldn't be a shock to see them come away with a relatively comfortable win here. That said, the Wizards are currently the worst team in the league, so expectations for them are low. However, the Trail Blazers are still a below-average team overall, and a strong stretch of games doesn't change that fact. It's also worth noting that while Washington continues to lose games, they've covered the spread in 8 of their last 10 contests and have pulled off outright upsets in 4 of those games. Given all this, it's hard to trust Portland to lay points on the road, so the Washington Wizards to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. When it comes to totals, the under has hit in 30 of Portland's 57 games this season, including 18 of their 28 road games. For the Wizards, the under has landed in 4 of their last 6 games. Both teams have struggled offensively this year, which has been a major factor in their losses. Washington ranks as the 4th worst scoring offense, while Portland is 6th worst in three-point shooting. Additionally, the Trail Blazers rank 19th in tempo, which doesn't suggest a particularly fast-paced game. Although Washington typically plays at a faster pace, their recent addition of 30-plus veterans like Middleton and Smart could slow things down. Portland, despite having young wings, sits at 18th in pace, and a player like Klingon might benefit from a more moderate tempo. Washington has gone under in 3 straight games, and Portland's three-point defense on the road is among the league's worst, allowing 32.8% shooting. At home, the Wizards are shooting just 32.4% from beyond the arc, which ranks them last in the league. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Atlanta Hawks versus Miami Heat. The Hawks are heading down to South Beach for a quick trip to face the Heat, marking their second matchup in just 3 nights. After securing a win against Miami on Monday night, the Hawks now hold a 1-game lead over the Heat in the Eastern Conference standings. This rematch adds a layer of intensity as both teams look to assert themselves early in the season. Injury updates are still a factor for both sides. The Hawks remain without Larry Nance Jr. and Jalen Johnson, while the Heat are cautiously monitoring Bam Adebayo, who is questionable due to a right calf contusion. Miami's injury concerns, combined with their offensive struggles this season, have made things challenging for them. So far, the Heat are 22-33 to 1 against the spread, while the Hawks have managed to control the series this year, largely thanks to their defensive efforts. That defensive edge is likely to play a role again in this game. On Monday, the Hawks shut down the Heat's offense en route to a hard-fought home victory. However, replicating that performance in Miami will be a tougher task. The Heat are expected to come out with more energy on their home court, but the outcome might not be much different, especially if Adebayo isn't able to play. While Miami has the home court advantage, the Hawks just proved they can handle them, and the Heat's ongoing offensive woes make it hard to trust them. In their last game against Atlanta, Miami only managed 86 points, and they've scored under 90 in 3 of their last 7 games. Scoring less than 90 points in today's NBA is no small feat. It's almost impressive in a way. The Hawks have their own problems, but betting on the Heat right now doesn't feel like a smart move. I get why Miami is slightly favored, but I'm leaning toward the Hawks to pull off a small upset here. So the Atlanta Hawks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. This rematch could see a slight uptick in scoring compared to Monday's game, but don't expect a shootout. The Heat rank 25th in the league in scoring and are known for their tough defense, sitting 7th in points allowed per game. They also play at one of the slowest paces in the NBA, ranking 28th in that category. Unsurprisingly, the under has hit in 6 of their last 10 games. The Hawks, on the other hand, are 8th in scoring but have only gone over the total in 5 of their last 10 games. Both teams have had issues with turnovers, with Atlanta ranked 21st in turnover margin and Miami at 15th. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Oklahoma City Thunder versus Brooklyn Nets. On Wednesday night, the Oklahoma City Thunder will travel to Barclays Center to face the Brooklyn Nets in a road game. The Thunder are coming off a tough loss where they squandered a significant lead against the Minnesota Timberwolves, while the Nets are also looking to bounce back after falling to the Washington Wizards in their previous outing. Oklahoma City will enter this matchup with the same roster they had on Monday, but the Nets will be short-handed, as D'Angelo Russell, Cam Thomas, and Noah Clowney have already been ruled out. The Thunder were riding high as one of the league's hottest teams before their surprising collapse against the Timberwolves. Similarly, the Nets had been on a decent run before their loss to the Wizards earlier this week. Both teams will be eager to turn things around in this game. Statistically, the Thunder boast the NBA's best defense, while the Nets rank near the bottom in offensive metrics, sitting at 27th in offensive rating and 29th in scoring. On paper, this looks like a significant mismatch, and the Thunder's previous performance against Brooklyn supports that. In their January meeting, Oklahoma City held the Nets to just 101 points and secured a dominant 26-point victory. This time around, the Thunder are expected to flex their defensive prowess once again. Offensively, their ability to take care of the ball neutralizes one of Brooklyn's few strengths. If the Thunder can replicate their efficient shooting from January, where they shot 55.2% from the field, they should have no trouble scoring at will. The Thunder's last game against the Timberwolves was a tough pill to swallow. They entered the fourth quarter with a 22-point lead but ended up losing the game. Isaiah Hartenstein exited early due to a bloody nose, and Chet Holmgren was rested. But both players are expected to be available for this matchup. With their full roster ready to go, the Thunder will be motivated to erase the memory of that collapse and take control against a Nets team in the midst of a rebuild. Oklahoma City remains the NBA's top defensive team, leading the league in defensive rating, and they should use this game to reassert their dominance. Given the circumstances, the line for this matchup was always going to favor the Thunder heavily. After their disappointing loss, Oklahoma City will be eager to get back on the court and make a statement. I expect them to channel their frustration into a strong performance against a Nets team that finds itself in a tough spot. So the Oklahoma City Thunder to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. For the Nets, the under has been a common trend in their recent games. 15 of their last 17 matchups have finished below the total, including their last 6. Brooklyn plays at the slowest pace in the league and leans on their defensive strengths, which explains the trend. Their upcoming opponent, the Thunder, leads the NBA in defensive rating, making it even more likely that this game will be a low-scoring affair. Oklahoma City held the Nets to 101 points in their January meeting and should be able to stifle them again. That said, Brooklyn might fare slightly better this time, as the Thunder tend to shoot worse on the road. However, don't expect many free throw attempts or offensive rebounds to give either offense extra opportunities to score. The Nets are one of the slowest paced teams in the NBA, and this inter-conference matchup comes at a time when the Thunder are looking to rebound from a tough loss. I anticipate Oklahoma City will ramp up their defensive intensity in this game. They've been exceptional at limiting opponents' shooting, holding teams to just 33.3% from three-point range, the lowest mark in the league. Additionally, they give up the fewest fast break points and points in the paint per game. The under has hit in 11 of Brooklyn's last 12 home games, and this matchup sets up well for that trend to continue. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.